that I really want to ask you guys is, what was the transition like from alternative to mainstream? Like playing really small concert venues to thousands and thousands of people. What was that transition like?
Well, when we first started, our goal was always we wanted as many people as possible to hear our music. Even though we try to write a type of music that we try not to cut any corners, try to stay authentic. We really just make music that we enjoy, that we like, whether that would fit into the structure of pop music or alternative music or however you want to brand it. We didn't really know what to call it, we just knew we liked it. And so to see it kind of start in the alternative world where we really feel comfortable, and we've learned that that's kind of where we belong. And then once it started tipping over into mainstream culture, there's a little bit of adjustment we had to do just to get used to the attention, I guess. But ultimately, that just means there's more people at shows, and that's what we do. We play shows, and so the music's the same, and there's more people at shows. So that's basically our dream come true. So.
And how do you feel about it? Like the whole transition to like playing to thousands and thousands of people, like does it pump your adrenaline up more? Like does it change your performance on stage at all?
Just the difference between the amount of people? Well, yeah, when we started, we truly played in front of anywhere between like 2 people and like 50 people. But as something that Tyler said, I think since the beginning, we've kind of had this idea in our heads that was kind of really just we didn't want to put a ceiling on what it is that we could do and what people could do when they kind of make the music their own. And so now that we're able to play in an arena tonight, it's a cool thing. And I think that it feels very similar. We're playing the same instruments and the same songs, but there's a lot more people that are involved with us now in the room, kind of using the music. That's a really cool thing.
Okay. And what was like the most awkward encounter you've ever had with a fan?
We don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but we always acknowledge the fact that there are people that we're fans of, bands we're fans of, and when we meet them or if we see them, like it's just right off the bat, it's an awkward interaction because you feel like you know them so well because you've been inside their head and you listen to their music and stuff, and they've helped you in some way, but really they don't know who you are. So it already starts out as an awkward interaction, and we've experienced that with people that we look up to and really idolize or like their music. So anytime we have an interaction with a fan and it's a little awkward or just lopsided or kind of it's not like a regular flow of an interaction, we don't judge it because we've gone through the same stuff. So.
All right, and do you have anything to add to that, or is it pretty much the same? Like it's always awkward at first, but then when you start to talk to them, it gets more comfortable.
But there's also been really cool interactions, and we have amazingly talented and creative fans too. A lot of people, show us art or post art online, and it's always fun to kind of like go through and look at that stuff and just be like, how'd you even do that? And so that's kind of the flip side of it is, that there's some very unique and creative people out there.
And I know that you guys have sort of had like cover art contests with your fans as well. Like, would you ever collaborate musically with a fan?
Dang. I don't know if we've ever thought about that. There was a kid that signed one of our songs with us a couple of weeks ago, and that was really cool.
I guess that was a cool collaboration.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did like sign language. While we played.
That's awesome.
And he's just like very passionate while he signs, and that's kind of like a thing that he's like gotten really into, and so that's probably the closest that we've come to collaborating musically with a fan, but that was a cool experience.
All right, and what would you say is like your guilty pleasure go-to music for like a long car ride? I know it's kind of a hard question on the spot.
No, Fergie.
Fergie?
Yeah, I don't feel guilty.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel guilty.
Like for me personally, I like Alanis Morissette. So
Oh.
like a lot of people wouldn't expect that. Like
Okay.
looking at me.
Yeah.
So like, is there anything that you're like?
I
Man,
mean,
just
I
love
love
to
I
listen
love
to
Katy Perry.
this. Nice. Nice.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, like I'm in love with her, and super single.
So hint to Katy Perry, right?
No. It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, he's
so
guilty.
I gotta keep that inside.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
No,
thank
but-
you guys so much. I think we're just about out of time. Would you mind sort of doing like, it's Tyler and Josh, you're listening to 92 on the beat, like something like that?
92 on the beat.
Yeah. What do you want them?
Just, yeah, it's
92
Tyler,
on
Josh.
the beat. Is this audio or video?
audio.